Welcome to Dota 2 Fails of the Week. My name is Sunsman. With me is Reeves. Reeves! Oh shit, that's not my bid. Hello, Dota 2 fans, and welcome. I am more Rage Please Zero, resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and I have another day of Dota 2 coverage for you guys. Today we're looking at Dota Pit Season 2, and we've got our second series up here today with Evil Geniuses. Virtus! Moscow5. I was about to say Virtus Pro. Those damn Russian teams all look the same. VP taking down Moscow5 this morning. They did, guys, as you can see in the cross table I threw up for you here from Liquipedia, courtesy of Liquipedia. Virtus Pro sitting atop Group A, tied with Team Tinker, 2-0ing their first best of 2. So as you can see, things pretty bare. Dota Pit just getting started about a week ago, guys. If you haven't already, tons of Dota to be played. Single elimination bracket in the finals, lots of course, round robin left to be played here. So go and grab up your ticket in the store. It's $10. The bundle does come with the Blackpool Lich set. Very nice set, made by the same people who made that beautiful Venge set. I think was called something like the Fallen Priestess. However, once again, this is Dota Pit Season 2, guys. I'm Maurice Please Zero, resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. And thank you for joining me, guys. I'm just going to wait to get into the lobby here. Just waiting on that. Of course, I am casting from the ticket. Just a shout out to Dino for organizing the tournament and allowing me to cast, as well as AMD, Sapphire, Twitch TV, of course, Sennheiser, and Tesoro for sponsoring the tournament, guys. So thank you to all those people for bringing us some great Dota 2 action for you this evening. EG, of course, has not played a BO2 yet, and so they are sitting at 4th overall in Group A, or 5th, I should say, in Group A. But certainly looked to be a tougher challenge for Moscow5 than Virtus Pro was this morning, and Virtus Pro was able to 2-0 Moscow5. So they have their work cut out for them. Once again, I am RH, Please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. Thank you for joining me, guys. Follow me on Twitter at MRP_Dota, as well as the same on Twitch, and flame me on Reddit, username MRPDota, no underscores. So thanks again for joining me. Just waiting on the lobby. Should be good to go in a minute or so here, guys. Hopefully I don't have my dashboard playing, which I don't, which is great. There will be a giveaway at the end of the series of a couple mythicals if we can reach the follower goal of 100. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you will enjoy the cast. I try to give you the best of the best solo cast here, so that you don't have to listen to Toby or Ziori. Kappa. Love them both. Love them both very much. So we'll see if I can get in here soon, guys. Shouldn't be too long. And thanks again for joining me. Sorry about the lack of music here. Trying to use the VODs, guys, so I don't want to get things muted. I'll probably get a license pretty damn soon from Monster Cat to use their music in between games. So should be up and running fairly shortly. Just gonna check and make sure. I did drop a couple frames there, make sure the internet's good, but other than that, everything seems pretty smooth and swift. I don't know if you guys checked out Lysander. Of course, has been away for a while. He did some solo casting last night of the Summit 2. I'm still waiting on permission to cast some of the Summit 2 qualifier games. Not sure if I will be able to receive that, but either way, definitely check out those VODs. Lysander, certainly my favorite solo caster in the world, and it's glad he didn't seem like he missed a beat at all. So glad to see him back doing his thing over at BTS there. And so shout out to Twitch Starter as well. They just tweeted me on Twitter that they're featuring my live stream. So don't know how that works, but yeah, check it out. So just waiting a minute or two here. Dota Pit usually really is on schedule, guys. So the game should be starting very promptly hereafter. So thanks again for joining me, guys. I'm Maurice Please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and this is Evil Geniuses versus Moscow5 in the second best of 2 of the day for Dota Pit. Also, tomorrow we have a huge day in Star Ladder. I will just throw this up quickly. Not sure how up to date this one I have is. Yeah, that's a little bit off, but yeah, so I'm going to take this one out for now. The scenario is pretty crazy for Star Ladder tomorrow. We have Virtus Pro sitting at 9-6, Cloud9 sitting at 9-6. Of course, there's only 15 games to be played, so they are both sitting at 9-6. Na'Vi is sitting at 9-4, and Alliance at 9-5. So we have a possibility, if Na'Vi loses out, and as does Alliance, of a 4-way tie for 3rd and 4th place between Virtus Pro, Cloud9, Alliance, and Na'Vi. Now, of course, there are some other scenarios there. If Alliance manages to win, they lock in 3rd place, barring a Na'Vi winning 2 games. So, of course, Alliance and Na'Vi control their fate much more than Virtus Pro and Cloud9 do. They are the ones banking on other people's follies here. So, if we see that Alliance wins a game and Na'Vi actually loses out, for you Cloud9 fans, Cloud9 does have the upper hand over Na'Vi in the head-to-head matchup. They beat them. However, because Virtus Pro is also at 9-6, there would be a 3-way tie there. So I'm not sure. I know Virtus Pro did lose to both teams, so I doubt the fine people at Star Ladder will just settle it by head-to-head if there is a 3-way tie. So generally speaking, if Alliance loses, we will still see a 3-way tie between C9, Virtus Pro, and Alliance for 4th place, and Na'Vi will take a 3rd place without any tiebreakers there. But either way, really exciting stuff. That's going to start at 11 Eastern tomorrow, which is 17 CEST and 8 o'clock PDT. So I will be up for that, guys, tomorrow. You should definitely check that out over here at MRP_Dota. I am Maurice, please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and I'm hopping into the lobby as we speak. So we should have the draft underway for EG versus Moscow5. If you haven't already, guys, purchase up your ticket. The Dota Pit bundle comes with the Blackpool set for the Lich King. So pretty damn nice set. Does come with the Dota 2 ticket, Dota 2 Pit Season 2 ticket, I should say, as well, of course. And there is quite a bit of Dota to be played and a lot of elite teams up in this tournament. So surely check that out and grab up if your ticket if you haven't already. Along with the Summit 2, should definitely provide for a lot of good Dota action for the next month or so. So thanks again for joining me, guys. Hopping in the lobby now should get the draft underway. This is, of course, the second best of 2 of the day for Dota Pit. And just going to hop you guys right in here. So everyone loading up in the lobby. Of course, you guys know PGG and Blow Your Brain. Very, very seasoned vets in the scene. And if you don't know EG, you probably don't know much about Dota. So pretty much awesome competition for you here, guys. Once again, this is Evil Geniuses versus Moscow5. So thank you for joining me, guys. I'm Maurice, please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and we're gonna get the draft underway here. So we'll see what EG looks to do with these bans. Seen a lot of crazy stuff lately. A lot of Medusa, of course, a lot of Terrorblade, especially coined by C9 Iisama, bringing them once again to the all-coveted 2nd place that C9 is so used to achieving here at WCA. I actually didn't lose a single bet at WCA, guys. I won every single bet in that tournament. So they were good to me, although I know they were not very good to a lot of viewers and casters, with quite a few complications there, especially for a tournament that contains so much in the way of prize pool and sponsors. But either way, did provide for some really good Dota, and for that we are all appreciative. So a lot of reserve time being eaten into by EG here, and they will ban out Net Diamond. So Skyrath taking a fall, and no flapping your wings tonight, buddy. So Skyrath going to be out here, guys, for EG, and he was pretty much the cancer along with Void of 6.81, and continues to be pretty damn good in 6.82. I believe the only change to Skyrath was that concussive shot is now disjointable, which is damn warranted, if you ask me. The range on that thing, also the auto targeting, is pretty crazy even in and of itself. So disjointability is certainly something that I would find balanced there. And the DP going to be banned out by Moscow5, so they're going to take away Arteezy's Death Prophet here. Not a hero that, I mean, he's, of course, Arteezy always a very solid player, but not a hero that really is a tribute to his skill, or something that allows him to execute all of his skill set. Arteezy obviously quite the playmaker, so not something I'm particularly gonna be sad about the fact that he's not playing on the Death Prophet. Of course, Old Man Fear rejoining EG pretty recently, of course, after TI 4. So it's good to see him back. He's played a lot of crazy heroes recently. I've even seen him on the Clockwork in the one. So we'll see what they pick up for Fear today. Obviously, a very versatile player in the scene. Does understand the game very well, especially if you watch him cast as well as solo stream.
10 seconds remaining.
But he can't be a caster because he says things like Bristleback,
5 seconds remaining.
Aegis, and Rebuys. So shout out to Old Man
Reserve
Fear
time.
Dodo. Earthshaker banned out. Second ban here from EG. So taking away the supports early. And we'll see what they look to pick up here. Void is going to get banned out by Moscow5. So Skywrath and Void banned out, one from each team. Not sure that Void, I still think Void is strong, but there are a lot of counters to him. And Arteezy Razor going to be picked up by EG. So very stable, very tanky, very team fight oriented frontliner with that unstable current as well as the static link. He wants to keep up, keep tanky. We'll see if he'll be the mech builder here for EG. We'll see what Moscow5 respond with their 1-2 here. Thanks again for joining me, guys. I'm Merge, please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and this is Dota Pit Season 2 Group A Group Stage action.
Remaining.
So join me once again tomorrow for some Star Ladder action, as well as, I believe, there's Dota Pit 2 days from now. So if not tomorrow, 2 days from now, I will be casting some of that as well. And tomorrow, of course, as I had mentioned earlier, we have a big day in Star Ladder, finishing off the qualifiers, more specifically the Europe and Russia qualifiers, with some pretty hefty playoff implications. Of course, if Na'Vi wins either of their games and Alliance wins their final game versus 4 Anchors, there will be no ties. There will only be ties between Na'Vi and Alliance for 3rd and 4th place, but there will be no one else making the top 4. They may just have to play a tie-breaking game for seeding in the LAN final brackets in Kiev. So the fate is in their hands, and kudos to them for arriving in a situation as such. So Moscow5 eating quite into their reserve time today, or I should say in this first pick phase for their 1-2 here. So probably looking to get up a pretty strong combo here. I'm not sure exactly what they are going to go with, but we will see what ends up happening. Of course, I don't know if Tratata is Vigos here, but generally that King RPGG, Blow Your Brain, Tipo, all people I recognize here. Tipo is generally the mid player. Blow Your Brain is the one. And they'll pick up Bane Marana here. So Dota for Dummies, as I like to call it. Picked up by Moscow5 here. Nightmare into Arrow. Great roaming combo. Perhaps they look to put Blow Your Brain on this one position. Marana, I know it's a hero. He's very capable of playing and playing well at that. So we'll see if it ends up being a one or a roaming duo. Of course, Bane very quick in the early game, floating around by the Ichors of Nektasha. So we'll see what they end up doing there. Abaddon picked up by EG, almost a direct counter, and picked up pretty quickly in that manner, as if it was a direct counter to this Marana Bane combo. You can certainly aphotic shield off the Nightmare or the Arrow Stun. So pretty solid pickup there. We don't see much Lord of Avernus in Pro Dota period, especially 6.82. I did start to see it towards the tail end of 6.81. Of course, with the Death Ball meta, the sustain offered by the Abaddon was pretty useful. So I'm gonna see a Tide banned out here from EG. So not something that they want to see running amok through their lineup is that Ravage. And we'll see what the response from Moscow5 is. Yeah, I don't know if Tratata is Vigos here. I was just trying to check that out. Weaver going to be banned out from Moscow5. So they're banning out Fear's Weaver here. Definitely a pretty good hero, coupling with the aphotic shield. The mobility of Weaver. Of course, his downside is his squishiness and if you were able to silence him or lock him down,
Reserve
he's
time.
pretty much a free food. So with the aphotic shield, Weaver would definitely combo up nice with that. It's definitely a hero Fear is also comfortable on. So intelligent ban from Moscow5. They're just going to take a look here. Give me a quick second, guys, on player profile. And it doesn't seem to exist. So I'm guessing Vigos has just changed his name here. And that is Vigos
Dire
himself.
team ban.
Ban out from the Brewmaster. So they're banning a lot of team fight. EG is with the Tide, the Brew, the Echo Slam of the Earthshaker, as well as the Mystic Flare of the Skywrath. So just not looking to
10 seconds remaining.
just not looking to run into these big team fight ults. Perhaps looking to do a little split push. Of
5
course,
seconds
Razor is
remaining.
one of the better team fight heroes and one of the stronger heroes in this meta
10
overall.
seconds
So
remaining.
can't necessarily say they're not looking to team fight, but perhaps they look to split the map up a
team
little bit.
pick.
However, versus a Mirana Bane, balling up as 5 is pretty appealing because isolating yourself across the map will render you vulnerable to that Nightmare Arrow combo, which has solo kill potential on a whole wider range of heroes, especially early game.
Evil
Nature's Prophet going to be
geniuses
picked
turn
up
to
here
pick.
from Moscow5, so that's a nice pickup for them. So we'll see if Tratata goes in the off lane because that's what Vigos generally plays. Tipo in the mid, if I'm correct. Yep. And PGG King R on supports. King R was replacing Nexus fairly recently, but not
10 seconds
something
remaining.
that happened just overnight. So a Timbersaw ban
5 seconds
from Moscow.
remaining.
Before that, a Nature's Prophet pickup. So they're really siding with the trees
Reserve time.
with these couple of draft decisions here. So go green and run. Moscow5, go green and run. We'll see what EG looks to pick up here in the third
10
slot
seconds remaining.
to couple with their ABBA Razor so far. So they
5
certainly have a lot of tank
seconds
ability,
remaining.
and they will add to that with the
Dire
Alchemist and
team
his
pick.
Chemical Rage. Probably see this in a support role here. We may see Fear on it, but the bounty nerf, or the bounty increase in 6.82 really rendered Alchemist as a carry as pretty damn trash can. And the reason for that is, of course, there were nerfs to those bounties. But the reason for that is Alchemist is a hero
10
that
seconds
needs a
remaining.
gold lead to be effective. He benefits from that Grievel's Greed. He's got a whole
5
spell
seconds
slot
remaining.
committed to that. And therefore,
Evil geniuses
if you
turn
give
to
me
pick.
a Spectre or a Void or any other hard carry with the same amount of gold as an Alchemist, they will wreck him. The fact is that Alchemist should have a much higher GPM than you at any given point in the game in order worth the same as you, much in the same way that a Meepo should have X amount more experience than you at any point in the game because of
10
the ability to
remaining.
farm the map and gain experience from each of his Meepos. So much like
5 seconds
Naga,
remaining.
Alchemist is a hero that wants to have a gold lead on you, not necessarily an experience lead, but certainly a gold lead. And so the bounties
Dire team ban.
increase here in terms of the net worth factor really did nerf that hero. And however, those bounties were decreased, but the XP bounties pretty much remain the same. So unfortunately for Mapo players like Sing and Big
10
Daddy or
seconds
No Tail,
remaining.
he becomes less viable in the sense that if you're a
5
level 25
seconds
Meepo
remaining.
up against a level 18 team, all it takes is one
Evil
team fight
geniuses
for
turn
them
to
to
ban.
feed off of you, and by virtue of those XP bounties, boom, they're back at level 20 or 21, and your lead is no longer as substantial. And that is exactly what the hero functions to do, is to
10
gain
seconds
experience and
remaining.
levels on you and beat you in that manner. So unfortunate for Meepo lovers there. Luna going to be picked
Dire
up by
team
Moscow5 here. Lots of push on their side with Luna as well as the Nature's Prophet. And the Lunar Blessing going to help out all these heroes in terms of damage. So as well as their units. So Bat Rider going to be picked up by EG here. So we'll definitely see a Universe Bat Rider and Arteezy Razor in the mid. With PPD and Zai splitting up the other two,
remaining.
unless Fear grabs up the Alchemist, or perhaps even the Razor
5
with an
seconds
Arteezy
remaining.
Alchemist mid. But as I said, not a huge fan of the core Alchemist, in this meta. Looks like Vino going to be picked up
Evil
here
geniuses
from
turn
Moscow5,
to
so
pick.
certainly could be a core Vino with the off-lane Nature's Prophet, the safe lane Luna, and the mid Venomancer here, or even perhaps the mid Nature's Prophet, but they don't really have a capable offlaner other than Mirana. And if you're drafting a Mirana Bane, you generally want those heroes to create space together, if not find kills. And so I doubt we'll see a Mirana in the offlane unless it's a dual
10
lane
seconds remaining.
Mirana Bane and the safe lane either Luna
5
or
seconds
Vino. So
remaining.
pretty flexible lineup here from Moscow5, but I'm going to expect this
Reserve
to
time.
be a core Mirana, just because the lanes would be a little screwy if they put Vino in a core role. So blow your brain going to pick up the 1 position. Actually, PGG picking up the Rana, so it will be a mid Nature's Prophet from Moscow5. So speak for the trees. Will Tipo in the mid lane. Universe going to pick up that Batrider. Definitely one of the more capable, in my opinion, at this point in the game, the best offlaner in the world. So flame me for that one, but I
Prepare
really
for
think
battle.
Universe has been on point and the most at least the most consistent. Will we see a level 1 Roche from Moscow5? Lunar Blessing is skilled up here. Trient skilled up from Tipo. Will he grab up his Plague Words? Probably so. There's immediate smoke towards the Roche pit. Will EG get caught off guard here? Moscow5 a little more awake. They played a series this morning, 5-man smoke rotation from Moscow5, but they don't have Eclipse here from Blow Your Brain, so perhaps a misclick, or perhaps they're looking to find someone out. They will see Zai in the tree line, but PPD is right here, and nobody's gonna die from this. So they do plant down a nice aggressive lane ward here, and definitely won't be able to rotate into Roche because it is a little bit too late for that. So we will see an aggressive duel here from King R's Bane as well as PGG's Mirana, it seems. And maybe they will join Blow Your Brain. So with an aggressive tri-lane, safe lane, Nature's Prophet, and on the Vino in the mid, we'll introduce Evil Geniuses here as there's an engagement bottom. But just a Nightmare and a little bit of harass out onto Zai. Of course, Aphotic Shield gonna keep him up. So it looks like they hit a Nightmare Arrow, but Aphotic Shield gonna take that debuff off in terms of the stun. So Zai playing on his Witch Doctor, PPD on the Lord of Avernus, 1 position Alchemist for Fear, Arteezy of course in the mid with his gold Severing Crest on the Razor, and Universe on his Batrider in the off lane. So thanks for joining me again, guys. I'm Maurice Blazer, resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. Looks like King R setting up on Arteezy mid. Arrow will fly from PGG. It's going to land. That's a 5-second arrow. Gale into Arteezy. Few more right clicks. Will they have enough to bring him down? PGG taking her ass from the tower, but PGG will be the one to take the first blood. And immediately, Dota for Dummies combo working out here. And Arteezy getting tilt a bit and run right back into lane and link up to get a few last hits here. So first blood going the way of Moscow5 with that potent roaming combo that is the Mirana Bane, and they will throw up a Rune Ward here. So great time Universe is going to have in this top lane against the solo Nature's Prophet. So he's already sitting at 4-0 up against the 4-2 of the Nature's Prophet here. Paralyzing Cast going out on PGG and Blow Your Brain, but a Creep Wave will join the fray in a timely manner to soak up a couple of those hits there. Clarity being popped by PPD. So Fear's going to have a tough time in this lane up against 3 ranged heroes, but they do have the Aphotic Shield as well as the Unstable Concoction, which is very good early game. So we'll take a look at this tri-lane for a bit. Looks like King R looking to find someone with the Nightmare. Will he catch up to Zai? 315 move speed against 305. Not going to be enough. And they don't want to go for Abba with that Aphotic Shield up. Zai's going to look to stack a camp here, and King R will block it up with a body block. Very nicely played by him. Bounty Rune going to be picked up by PGG. We'll take a look at the mid mashup for now. Arteezy sitting at 8-7 up against the 2-0 of Tratata. So despite having that first blood, Arteezy doing what he does and dominating the mid lane. So Fear pretty safe with PPD with him. We'll see if Zai looks to just stack or perhaps rotate over towards the mid lane. Illusion Rune picked up by Tratata, but that's not going to help him much in the way of CS, as he'll probably just zone Arteezy with them, and that's exactly what he does. Arteezy going to link up an image, but still going to give him damage, so that's awesome. And he'll start dominating the CS once again. So smart play from Arteezy there. Anything happening in the bot lane, it doesn't seem as so. PGG posturing up in the forest. Blow Your Brain sitting at 8 and 4 up against the 7 and 3 of Fear. So Fear still getting quite a bit in this lane, despite being up against a very tough aggro try here. Universe is sitting at 15 and 1 up against the 10 and 5 of Tipo. So Tipo still doing not bad. He clicks on our Universe and finds that he has no mana, so he has no problem rotating over to the shop to grab a Belt of Giant Strength. So Universe going to need some mana couriered over to him, and it looks like he's coming over with a bottle already. Look at this thing. Isn't that cute? Don't want to miss any action for you guys. I was just mesmerized by the courier there. Blow Your Brain, King RPGG, disrupting Zai's pull here. They're going to take everything. They're going to take him for all he's got and all he's worth here. Arteezy chasing down Tratata in the mid. He does have a plasma field. Will he go deep for this? He chooses not to. He'll just take his 126 damage and go back into lane and farm a bit. King R rotating out of the bot lane, perhaps to go check for the 4-minute rune here. So, not sure that EG is aware of this, so they probably won't go on anyone in this bottom lane. Regen bottled by Universe, so this is going to help him, and he'll probably go on Tipo sooner than later with this regen rune in his back pocket. Little harass going out from Blow Your Brain onto Fear, but nothing to scoff at here. So will Arteezy crow? Perhaps he does crow here. So Universe does go in on Tipo. He's still got this regen rune up, but just gonna zone him out of lane. He'll take a few shots from the tower. Engagement bottom, and concussive shot, unstable concoction, gonna be able to finish up Blow Your Brain with one last right click. She actually gets cleaned up by the Raiden here. PGG trying to TP out in the tree line. Great move, and expecting them to rotate back out north or south was PPD and Fear there. So they only end up getting the one kill in the lane. Zai go down in the meantime. Yep, King R picked up Zai as well. And so score is 1-2 in favor of Moscow5. So 1-for-1 trade in that bot lane. Of course, the first blood going away of Moscow5 as well. But Arteezy doing really well in the mid, and Universe even better in the off lane. He is 24-2 up against the 19-6 of Tipo here. Does he have a lasso? He does. He needs some stacks up though on Tipo, and Firefly will expire, so that'll sound his retreat for now. But you can expect Universe to get pretty aggressive. Actually, TP bottom lane from King R. There is oh wow, the Wrath of Nature comes through, and they finish off Fear before he's able to get the stun off. Sprout onto Zai. Right clicks coming in. He's gonna fall too. Tipo picking up a kill. So great rotation bottom. Arrow gonna fly. It's gonna hit PPD in the tree line here. They've got a brain sap from King R, and they're able to clean it up with a brain sap and a lunar eclipse. 3 kills going the way of Moscow5, and your rares are unsafe, folks. EG not looking good in this safe lane try early on. Fear cleaned up early there. He'll pop his soul ring as he comes into lane and drop an acid spray on the creep wave to see what he can find. Mirana is a little bit far away, so no arrow to be worried about. No looming threat for Fear here, but King R is rotating into lane. We do have Zai in the mid. We'll see if they go on Tratata here anytime soon. Tipo back at base. Universe sitting on 1600 gold, so looking at a really early blink dagger here for him, so perhaps that is the comeback mechanism in the game for them. Tipo does TP into the top lane and creates some trees here for free off his fountain regen. So a couple napalm stacks going out onto Tipo. He's gonna drag everything back so as not to lose his treants, and smartly so. Zai gonna do some stacking here for Universe perhaps. Tratata farming the enemy jungle along with PGG here, and they're actually going to connect on a Gale. Arrow is going to whiff, but he'll be able to aphotic shield up and walk away safely. King R posturing up for a nightmare here. They've got Blow Your Brain rotating in. They've got 4 bottom with Tratata. Fear and PPD pretty safe behind this tower here, but should be worried certainly. We'll see if an arrow flies, a fishing arrow. No, PGG is pretty far away at this point, so it doesn't seem like that'll happen. But Universe knows that there's a bunch in this bot lane. He's actually just going to clean up the creep wave, and he'll basically have enough for Blink off of that. Tratata going to rotate towards the mid. Arteezy's going to find him with an invisibility room. Arrow did go out bottom. Doesn't seem to have caught anyone. Arteezy going to chase down Tratata in the mid. Are there TP rotations? It doesn't seem like it, but he's just too fast. Connecting on that Gale, and that'll sound Arteezy's retreat. But he will pick up the rune bottom, and it will be a bounty rune. We'll see if there's an arrow. No, PGG going back to base. And Universe does pick up that regen in the top once again. We'll see if he looks to pop it here. He does get that Firefly off while it's still going, and he does. Blink ready for Universe here. He'll blink lasso. Easy kill, easy life onto Tipo here with the cask bouncing through, and Universe will find the second kill of the game for EG. So the first clean kill, I should say, and about a 600 gold swing there, but a lot of experience going the way of both Universe and especially Zai, who is now sitting at level 4, on par with most of the supports aside from King R in the lane. We'll take a look at the net worth chart. Arteezy and Universe leading up here, so gonna have to see some more action out of this roaming duo here for Moscow5 to secure them into the mid game, as Blow Your Brain and Tipo not doing extremely well here. TP's in from Tipo. Sprout here. Arrow gonna fly as well. Arteezy gonna catch the arrow in the face, and that's a big arrow, as well as the Gale and the Wrath of Nature. PGG gonna go in with the Starstorm. Even the Venomous Gale committed, but the Mistcoil and the Aphotic Shield from PPD. A few right clicks from the high ground. Arteezy gonna finish off Tratata. He'll get healed up as well and TP out. Universe coming in for PGG here. He's still got a flame break, waiting for the leap, but there is no leap. There's no mana for PGG. They're gonna clean him up as well. Mistcoil from PPD gonna finish him off. Blink forward from Universe. Arrow gonna fly. No, it's not. I thought I heard the sound. Not gonna hit anyone, but Tipo will walk away, and that's a 2-0 in the mid lane. Great rotation from PPD to keep up the tanky Arteezy, already with 2 levels in the unstable current. And he is able to clean up Tratata and TP out. Very well played by him. However, Fear gonna fall in the bot lane here. There is no brain sap actually for King R, so he'll salve up in the tree line, and Fear could perhaps survive. He drops the acid spray, soul ring into the unstable concoction, drops it out on King R, but he'll kick out from the Gale, and Tratata taking some harass from the tower. He'll be able to bottle up and make it out. No TPs in, really gonna hurt EG there. They could have found something for sure. Scouting plasma field goes out from Arteezy. Mistcoil, no, not gonna be needed there. Arteezy gonna find as Tipo goes down in the top lane. Arteezy finds a kill. Universe still has a lasso, but no mana. He'll just blink forward and harass up PGG with the Firefly. One more right click from Universe will finish him off. Eclipse pop from Blow Your Brain, but he's out of range of Universe, and Universe will fly into the fog. Fly, bat, fly, and he will get away. Blow Your Brain with a bit of a misplay there, getting a little greedy, wasn't quite close enough to take out Universe, and the Firefly was still up for him there. So nice trade across the map for 3-0 across the map for EG. They pick off, of course they lost early on, they lost Fear in the trees here, but they were able to pick off Tratata here, as well as Tipo and PGG in the top lane. So really well played by them. Rares perhaps secured here, guys, from the early game. Fear gonna stun himself with the unstable concoction, trying to go in on Tratata, and he'll just heal back up with the chemical rage. Jump in lasso onto Tratata, unstable concoction, Mistcoil, easy kill, easy life, and Fear will pick that one up and try to come back into this game. We'll see what he looks to build into on this one position. Alchemist. Arteezy already on his way to a BKB. He's about about 1600 gold from that, just less. So paralyzing cask out onto PGG, but he'll leap away and be more than safe here. A little bit of chip damage going out onto the tower. Bottom are their TPs for the side of M5, only from King R, Tratata and Tipo. So Blow Your Brain won't be able to rotate in. And he's just going to farm up the top lane. Arrow going to fly out. It's going to hit Universe as he walks out of the tree line. But jump forward from Arteezy. He's actually chasing down King R and PGG. Double kill for Arteezy here. How deep can you go? How low can you go? Says Arteezy. He's got his haste rune pop. He's still got bottle charges. He's going to chase down Tipo. He's got a plasma field in 1 second. Flame break. Going to be enough. He's going to even chase into base for Tratata. TP out. Will it be enough? No. 147 damage was sapped by Arteezy there. Triple kill for him. 4 kills going the way of EG. And they look damn good at this point. Also cleaning up the tower in the meantime. Was Fear able to get the last hit? No. Destroyed by the Radiant. However, a lot of gold going the way of EG. We'll take a look at the net worth, 7,500 lead there, and the same in experience generated by Evil Geniuses here. So they're looking really good. 13 minutes into the game, the score is 12-6. This is Dota Pit Season 2, Group A, group stage action here. TP's into the jungle from Tipo here. Universe going to be just off to the side, picks up early bots. Does Universe on this Bat Rider, which is a really good item in this meta, having been buffed from the 60-second cooldown. Oh, Fiend's gripped out on Universe. He gets a little bit greedy here. Will there be enough with the brain tap? Yep. And the right click of Tipo will finish off Universe. So he did buy his bots just now. And as he spawns, he'll be able to TP wherever. So he doesn't lose too much unreliable gold there. But without any support, maybe Universe getting a little greedy. And it costs him there with a really valuable kill. He was sitting at 2nd overall in net worth. So really valuable kill for Tipo, as well as King R on that Bane to catch up. So 14-minute rune secured top by Arteezy. He's going to pick up a bounty rune, and he's already got his Ag Scepter 14 minutes in. So forget the BKB, he says. We're snowballing right through the mid-game. Blow Your Brain. Looking into drums, has Treads, Aquila, Bracer, and Robe of the Magi. So a couple hundred off drums. Not looking terrible, but not looking particularly impressive is Blow Your Brain on this Luna at the moment. Midas out here for Fear, and he's also got a Gloves of Haste, so looking to build perhaps into his Treads, perhaps into a Maelstrom, straight from the brown boots here, or Phase Maelstrom. We'll see what he chooses to go. What does he have on the way? He does have his Treads. The making of his Treads are on the way. So Arteezy going to be up in the top lane. He's pretty tanky. 1471 HP, as well as the unstable current. So he's not too worried. Lunar Eclipse certainly can't initiate on him. She'll be more slow than he would by that mini stun. And he'll actually seem to back off here. He'll just farm up a few of the creeps in the dire jungle. PGG trying to find some levels in the mid, is sitting at level 7 on the lowest on the board, as you can see here. So that roaming Mirana, pretty potent early game, but if you don't get enough done, and of course dying a couple of times as well in the process, you end up pretty gimped in the mid game. Arrow gonna fly out, gonna whiff on Zai. Arteezy looking for some solo kill potential here top. Just gonna scare off Blow Your Brain on this Luna and drag the lane back towards his creeps here, as there is Boots of Travel. Jump in lasso from Universe into the jungle. They're going to find PGG again. Even the Death Ward committed. Flame Break as well, but they'll find him with one last sticky Napalm Vision and the right click. Arteezy going to be gone on top, as they know that Universe is there. TP in from Tipo. Lunar Eclipse, as well as Wrath of Nature. So win there for Moscow5. As you can see, 600 gold swing. Actually in EG's favor, so EGG worth quite a bit apparently. Kind of weird there. Oh, this was not registered yet in that fight. There you go. 1,600 gold swing in the way of Moscow5 just for Arteezy, and 2,300 experience going the way of Moscow5 for that kill. So big, as I was talking about in the draft, guys, that XP bounty is still pretty overpowered at this point, and that's what makes Meeple so shit right now, in my personal humble opinion. Zai working on his Ags. He's got his point booster up. PPD pretty damn poor, only sitting on Tranquils, trying to go into a Soul Ring. Certainly a good build for an Abaddon. TP's in top from Arteezy. He's got Ogre Club in addition to his Ags. He'll farm up the wave with his Eye of the Storm, so he'll look into a BKB here. Universe rotating through the jungle with his Invis. He's got his 4-stab up now, so perhaps just a BKB or a Mask of Madness next for Fear. He's looking really good at this point in the game. Not worried about the Sprout with that Force Staff, as well as he's got PPD and Zai rotating in. This should be an easy kill on Tipo. Cast gonna bounce through, it'll hit him, as well as the Miscoil and the Flame Break, and they'll clean him up. Moonlight Shadow is popped though, and PGG gonna look to find someone here with an arrow, perhaps. Nope. Pretty wary here of Arteezy in the top lane and his ability to join the team fight pretty quickly. Arrow gonna fly out, and Universe, was he lagging? What the hell? Please, Universe. Eclipse or Lunar Beam goes into him, but a Photic Shield will secure his safety here from PPD, and he must have been shopping or something at that point. Or crowing over the courier for his bottle. Who knows? Either way, he survives. Arteezy putting some damage into this top lane here. Rotations in from King R. He's pretty fast. And Fiend's Grip immediately out onto Arteezy. Death Ward, though. Zoning Death Ward out from Zai. Very nicely played from him. That'll keep Arteezy up through the Fiend's Grip. And he'll pop the Eye of the Storm. He'll get Orchided up, though, in the backline from Tipo. Tipo gonna take some right clicks here from Zai. He'll go down. And Arteezy kept up with the Urn. PGG will die as well from the Miscoil and the Paralyzing Cast. Arteezy so tanky. Max range Plasma Field gonna hit on King R. Arteezy too fast. A couple right clicks. The Brain Sap gonna go into Arteezy, but more heals, and so much sustain for this Razor between the Voodoo Restoration and the Miscoil and the Aphotic Shield and the Urn up for Zai on Arteezy, and they just can't bring him down. They really need to focus all their efforts onto Arteezy. Can't split things up for Moscow5 here. They'll take a 3-for-1. Looks like, I'm not sure where Universe was picked up, but it must have been over deep in the tower as Arteezy was fighting up Tipo on the left side. So Orchid didn't do much there for the Nature's Prophet here. Pretty classic build is Treads into Orchid for this NP. Not sure if it was best for this game. Perhaps the Blade Mail, very good early on against the Death Ward, against Arteezy and his toolkit before he grabs up a BKB. But this is all just hearsay at this point. Who really knows? Zai farming up the jungle. They're not going to be able to see each other here. PGG actually just got quick vision of him. He'll throw an arrow out towards the rune, but won't find anything. Tipo going to TP up towards the top lane, get a little farming done. He's sitting at the first overall on the net worth for his team. Moonlight Shadow actually popped here. Universe pops a Dust, though, and that'll sound the retreat of Moscow5. Will he be able to blink forward and find PGG? No, doesn't want to walk through the tower too much. Miscoil from PPD. Going to keep him well and good on the Batrider, but Firefly is down for 25 seconds now, so it looks like if we can't pick one of you off, we'll just push into your tower, and looks like Arteezy is going to do that. He'll try and clean up the wave quick with a Plasma Field as well as the Acid Spray, so that his Eye of the Storm can put some damage into the tower. Jump in lasso from Universe onto Tratata. He'll get blown up real quick, doesn't even get his ult off. Unstable Concoction going to go out into Blow Your Brain. Eye of the Storm chunking away at her. Flame Break going to finish her off. Well shot by Universe. Plasma Field going to finish off. Actually, Miscoil going to finish off PGG there. 3-for-0 in the mid lane and a free tower. And why not look to go high ground here? Eye of the Storm actually does go down, so it looks like they'll TP top to defend. Tipo split push. Universe looking for him. Will not find him. Will go right. He went left. So still a 3-for-0 and a tier 2 in the mid lane. A Photic Shield up for Fear. Gonna drop the Nightmare. He's gonna get Fiend's Grip through the Unstable Concoction. So nice play from King R. Pretty much saves his life there, as no lockdown coming in from PPD on the Lord of Avernus here. So well played by them. He does blow an ult, but it does save him from dying here. Casual Vit Booster as well as Armlet out for Fear here. Armlet very good, of course, with the Chemical Rage, pretty much negating its tick away there, its dot. So Eggs, wow, Eggs out 21 minutes in for Zai. 1, 2, and 10 is his score on this Witch Doctor, and that is going to do work against the enemy team here, especially if they try to converge on Arteezy. Arteezy going to take up all the hate and all the blame from Moscow5, and the rest of his team going to make them pay for their tunnel vision. So 7-2 and 7 is Arteezy. Looks like he's building into Shivas. Yes, he is. That will certainly help with that Eggs Death Ward pickup here. Unstable Concoction out to PGG bottom lane. Not disjointable from Leap. So he'll get hit. He'll get miscoiled as well. Will Fear be able to chase him down? No. Nice scale from Tratata. Gonna connect A Photic Shield going to go down to Fear. Arrow not going to catch anyone on the backside. And actually, the Acid Spray picks up PGG. Well placed by Fear there. And actually, the Plague Wards blocking up Mirana's path show the longer she was in the Acid Spray there. So well played by Fear. Good awareness there. TP's up from Universe in the top lane. His Flame Break will not be in time to catch the TP and Blow Your Brain. Arteezy going to clean up this wave here. Probably shouldn't look to push into too much here. Tipo with an aggressive TP. He's going to cancel it. He's going to keep TP behind the cliff now and cancel that once again. And, oh, he TP's in right in front of Arteezy's face, though. He's going to Orchid it up, jump in Lasso from Universe. Lunar Beam and Fiend's Grip going to go on Arteezy. Will this secure Tipo's life? No, he will get finished off. But Wrath of the Nature as well as Starfall will finish off Arteezy. Arrow going to fly. Not going to find Universe here. 1-for-1 in the top lane. Definitely advantage to Moscow5. Losing their 7,700 net worth. Nature's Prophet for the 12,000 net worth. And level 16 Razor here. So in the meantime, chip damage done to the tier 2 bot lane for EG. So Fear and Zai looking to posture up here. He's still got this ace in the hole is his Aghanim's Death Ward here. Rotations in from Universe as well. Lasso is not up for 29 seconds. Glyph here. Nightmare onto Fear. Arrow will fly. Nice Force Staff from PPD. And a Stable Concoction going to go on to the Death Ward doing work. And it's just going to zone out King R. TP's in from Blow Your Brain right into the Death Ward. Please blow your brain. And PGG going to come in. And everyone just, oh, shiny. Let me walk into this ward. It's so pink and beautiful. Breast cancer awareness. You did! And then, yeah, fight recap didn't really capture all of the carnage there. But Universe onto Tipo in the top lane. Tipo will Orchid him up and TP out proper. But your racks are not safe, Moscow5. And it looks like game 1 could be going the way of EG here. However, they do not have Eye of the Storm. Arteezy is sitting in the mid lane, does have his shiny new Shivas, however, and he's going to rotate up towards mid and probably reassemble with his teammates in the bot lane. Tier 3 going to go down for free here. Moscow5 not willing to buy back at this point. They are keeping out into their jungle as their racks are being taken. Really risky play there. Dodged arrow by all 3 members of EG. And actually, in order to not push the lane back, PPD with a cheeky little play, a Photic Shield up on that creep there, so he doesn't block up the rest of the wave. And it looks like there's going to be a free racks for EG here. Yep, Chemical Rage pop. Stable Concoction going to go out from Fear onto PGG, and he'll leap away, but won't be able to disjoint that, of course. And the free racks here, as well as Universe and Arteezy finishing off Tipo in the river. So things going well everywhere for EG, and they finish off PGG. Eclipse popped here from Fear, but Death Ward, a Photic Shield. Sorry, Eclipse popped from Blow Your Brain, but Fear gonna clean him up there. GG's called, and Moscow5, knowing the predicament they're in, say let's forget about this one and move on to game 2, boys. Easy win. Easy life for Arteezy and his crew of Old Man Fear Toto, as well as PPD Zai and Universe. So great play by everyone to sustain the early game aggression from the Bane Mirana combo. There was some success there for Moscow5. I'm going to question Tipo's build just a little into that Orchid there. Not sure how much work you can do on a fat Razor with an Orchid, perhaps a Blade Mail. A little bit of a better choice there, but that's all speculation at this point. So well played to EG in game 1. They will win their debut game in Dota Pit Season 2. I am Moscow5, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. Guys, thanks you for joining me once again. 100 followers at the end of the stream. I will do a giveaway, of course. 100 followers, no easy task. So thanks again for joining me, guys. We will surely be back within a minute or two for game 2 of Dota Pit Season 2 Group A, group stage matches. I am Moscow5, your resident Canadian Dota caster, and this is Evil Geniuses versus Moscow5. Game 2 Inc. Guys, thanks for joining me. I'll be back in just a minute or two. Gonna grab some water.
Ban.
Hello, Dota 2 fans, and welcome back. I'm Moscow5, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and this is Game 2 of Dota Pit Season 2, Group A. Group stage matches with Evil Geniuses versus Moscow5. EG taking Game 1 in very decisive fashion. They were losing the early game for about 3 minutes, and then pretty much rolled all over Moscow5, whose Bane Mirana combo was
Evil
a little scary early on for those of you with your rares on the 80%, roughly 88% favorite that is Evil Geniuses, but not to worry, they secured them. And so now you're just looking for the win of those couple uncommons that your Arcanas will get you in a match with these kind of odds. Bane, Batrider, banned out from EG here. The Lord of Avernus going to be banned out from Moscow5. Pretty annoying hero for them last game. Nice counter pick into Bane Mirana there. And the Void going to be banned out as well from Moscow5 with a first pick, Acrobolus. So Death Prophet coming out for Moscow5 in the one that should be Tipo on that. We shall see if Ratata chooses to play it instead. 1-2 coming out for EG here. They'll pick up Arteezy's Razor once again. Hero too strong. Need to ban that shit next game, do you? So this is game 2, guys. It is a best of 2 round robin for Dota Pit. So not quite the best of 1s, which is a little bit better in my opinion. Gives teams a chance to do something creative, throw a bit, have an off day, and still be in contention for the single elimination playoff bracket finals. Thanks again to Dota Pit for hosting everything, as well as AMD, Sapphire, Twitch, of course, Tesoro, and Sennheiser for bringing the tournament to us all. And thank you to those of you that purchased your ticket or that are watching me on Twitch. Why the hell not? If you haven't, though, $9.99 is the cost of the bundle. It does come with the Blackpool set for the Lich King. And so, if he's not going to have your money, Lich going to have your mana. So, Ogre Magi picked up from EG here. We'll see if Zai or PPD look to pick this up. Of course, Ogre offlane, new meta with that increase to his regen. So, we'll see. Very tanky support once again, if not the Abaddon. It is the Ogre Magi for EG, so he's not extremely worried about Death Prophet. In fact, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Ogre is the highest physical damage resistance hero at level 1, and in fact he has more physical resist than he does magical at that level, I believe. I of course have to check my homework on that one, but regardless, he is very resistant to physical, and that will certainly help him versus the Exorcism of the DP. So we'll see the response from Moscow5 here in their second pick, what they want to couple this DP with. Ignite also good against DP, slowing her down. We'll see what kind of movement slow it is here. It is a 26% slow at max level, and DP generally moving very quickly at something like 450-ish move speed. With that Phase Yule's build, Centaur going to be picked up from Moscow5. Definitely something we see a lot of affection from the Russian teams for, and is a solid and stable pick through both 6.81 and 6.82. But certainly not first pick, first ban at this point, as it once was. Just going to check my mic, make sure it's working here, guys. Yep. Sweet. So thanks again for joining me. I'm Moscow5, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. This is Dota Pit Season 2 Group A, Group Stage matches, and we are seeing EG versus M5. So, second ban phase, third ban coming out here for Moscow5. We'll see what they choose to eliminate from the pool for Arteezy and his squad. Very nice draft from them last game, particularly the Abaddon. Wasn't a huge fan of the Alchemist, but certainly helped with clearing waves as well as the minus armor. No Roshan actually taken last game from either team, despite really nice Rosh lineups from both sides, actually. So, yep, objective gaming, where both sides looking straight for structural damage And our EG doing a good job of pushing their advantage
Radiant
as soon as they
team
had
ban.
generated it. So, ban out of the Elder Titan for Moscow5 here. Pretty strong hero in this meta. They buffed his natural order this patch, so a lot of people consider him very underrated at this point. Vici, someone that's favored him quite a bit for Ice in recent times. So Shadow Demon, Skywrath going to be the bans out from EG, and Nature's Prophet ban going to be denied for Universe here from Moscow5. So we'll see what they look to couple this Ogre with, or perhaps what the next core is for EG in this game 2 of the second best of 2 in the Dota Pit Season 2 Group A matches today. Of course, Moscow5 falling 2-0 to Virtus Pro this morning. Virtus Pro, once again, have their Star Ladder hopes resting on the losses of either Alliance or Na'Vi tomorrow. So, still very doable for both Virtus Pro and Cloud9. They just need either Alliance or Na'Vi to drop 1 and 2 games respectively. 1 game for Alliance, 2 games for Na'Vi. Taking a bit of time here is the Evil Geniuses, looking to pick up their 3rd hero in this next pick phase here. So we'll see what ends up happening during the 2nd pick phase. Ogre, pretty strong, is the multicast these days. It is now, 40% at level 1? 2 times chance is 40% at level 1. So pretty awesome. As well as increased by 0.1 seconds. The time in between was increased. So the entire duration of a double stun is increased by 0.1 seconds. Clockwork going to be picked up here for EG. We'll see if Universe wants to play that, or perhaps Fear. We've seen both of them do it in recent times. So nice pickup here. Good initiation. To counter-initiate on the Centaur Wanderrunner. Immediate response from Moscow5 with the Viper. So Viper, certainly a really good mech builder, tanky target with that corrosive skin. Not an ideal target for a hook shot, and does do pretty well in the mid lane if they choose to put him there. However, I don't mind. I in fact think Razor does much better versus Viper than most people think. Advantages to Viper is he's able to harass you with the orb without dragging the creep wave towards him, and of course he's tanky, but if I just link you up and walk towards you, I'm not going to proc corrosive skin. So early on that's a wasted point, and once I do proc corrosive skin by right clicking you, I will already have 100 of your damage. So Viper is certainly considered a lane dominator, and will probably go in the safe lane here, as DP is generally relegated to mid lane farm, just because she really does need the levels up, especially with the 3041 builds that usually come out here, not getting Exorcism until level 8 from a lot of these pro players, which is certainly warranted. So Lich pickup, actually. Sweet, we get to see a Lich. There is a Lich set that comes with the Dota Pit bundle, guys. Grab that up, $9.99 on the Dota store. Very nice, called the Black Pool set. So Lich gonna have your mana picked up here for EG to couple with that Ogre Magi. We'll see if we see dual lanes. Arteezy should be fine in the mid, so perhaps we just see him sacrifice the first range creep or something along those lines, and go off to a tri-lane or perhaps duel with the clock here. So we'll see what EG wants to do with this Lich. They certainly need a 3rd core hero as their final pick. So we'll see what the bans from Moscow5 come out as. A lot left here for Moscow5 in the way of support. So of course Shadow Demon, Skywrath, Mirana, and Abaddon all banned out by mostly EG, and of course the Abaddon by themselves.
10 seconds remaining.
Perhaps a hero they may have used. Enigma, very greedy pickup here from Moscow5. So they may have a solo safe lane Viper or a dual lane safe lane with the Viper, with the Enigma in the jungle. Probably will see a 5-man rotation from EG to block up some of these camps from the Enigma. Certainly a worthy investment early on to do so and to shut him down quite a bit. If he doesn't build into that Malefice, which I am certainly a fan of the Midnight Pulse in the jungle for Enigma, then if you block up his camps, he's going to be pretty ineffective early game. And Venge going to be banned out here from EG. Very smart ban. The minus armor can certainly help out the DP as well as the Viper, and is a very versatile support. If you're able to swap in almost any of these heroes, perhaps aside from the clock, into the middle of your team, they have well within enough burst as well as slow in the lineup of Moscow5 to bring down that isolated hero from EG. So smart ban from them, of course. Excuse me, knowing that it really can only be a support here from Moscow5 unless they run an extremely greedy lineup. So Klink's going to be banned out from EG. Pretty smart ban there. Klink's with the solo pick potential, baiting out the ogres. A simple stun with the strafe searing arrows is able to kill most of these heroes for Moscow5 despite their tankiness. So tanky lineups from both sides for sure. Aside from the Enigma, pretty much everyone is tanky in this game. So we'll see what the pick is. A final pick from EG. Either going to be Fear or Universe's hero here, depending on who the Clockwork goes to. So Tidehunter still in the pool if they want to do that doubled utility clock Tide thing with Fear on the clock and Universe on the Tidehunter. Tide definitely does, and they actually pick up the Sven, so very strong tri-lane here in the Lich Ogre Sven if they choose to go that route. Of course, they have sustainability for their towers with the Ice Armor later on, pick potential with the clock. So we will see a Universe clock here. The only thing, reason I mentioned the Tide is because he really does do extremely well in one-on-one against a Centaur, in my experience. So with that Anchor Smash and the Kraken Shell, not much a Centaur can do up against the Tidehunter. So as well, Black Hole brings your whole team and their whole team converging on a certain point. So Ravage really good to counter that up. King are going to pick up the Rubik final pick. Lots to steal for him here. God's Strength, Chain Frost, of course. The Stormbolt's extremely powerful for a Rubik to steal, as well as Clock's whole toolkit and Ogres and even Arteezy's if he can grab Plasma Field. Of course, Eye of the Storm not the best for Rubik just because he really is in no way a front liner. So introduce the teams here, guys. This is Dota Pit Season 2 Group A group stage matches. We have Evil Geniuses versus Moscow5. So thanks again for joining me. I'm Morridge, please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. We have Universe playing on the one position Sven, actually going into the offlane, so it looks like we'll see an aggro try here. Fear. Actually, Fear playing on the Ogre Magi. Is this a core Ogre, folks? Hero is OP. Zai on the Clockwork. So Fear and Zai doing a little switcheroo here. Will we see a safe lane clock? Who knows? There is a rotation towards the jungle from PPD on the Lich, and of course Arteezy on his Razor from last game that he did very well with. So maybe safe lane solo clock up against Tipo on the Centaur for Moscow5. PGG gonna look to go perhaps to the enemy jungle with his Enigma, perhaps just gonna deny up a creep for Arteezy in the mid, helping out Tratata on the Death Prophet. Blow Your Brain on the one position, Viper in the safe lane, and King R on the Rubik 5. So Magic Bush Ward is down here for EG. Hopefully that blocks up this camp for them. I believe it will, but it may be a little too far out to do so. We'll maybe block this one.
The battle
so we'll
begins.
see what ends up happening there. Lane Ward planted down, as well as a Rune Ward for the side of Moscow5, and a Rune Ward for EG. So nice placement by both of them. Pretty good information early lane. We'll see a dual off lane here. PPD and Sven. Fear and PPD on the Lich. Double damage picked up early by Universe. Dual lane here between Zai as well as Fear. So pretty unorthodox, but I like the lanes from EG here. Looks like, yeah, PGG will just block up the wave as well as deny some creeps to help get Tipo some farm and then rotate right into the jungle, starting off with 5 clarities. Of course, was Enigma. Wraith Band in the mid for Arteezy, Null Talisman for Tratata. So similar builds from both of them. They'll look to build up their bottles pretty quick. Razor will certainly do well in this lane, but Tratata not too killable and will certainly have the Crypt Swarm for the last hit potential. Doing well so far, 2-2 up against the 5-2 up of Arteezy. We'll see Zai sitting in lane. So Zai is playing as a core. Fear just wanted to play this ogre, I guess. He is pulling creeps, so it does seem like there is a core clockwork here, which only makes sense. Support clock is really hard to execute. He just doesn't have enough farm. Can't even get a blade mail. Can't even get an Aghanim. So yeah, I'm a fan of this choice by EG here. Boot's going to be picked up already for Fear. He's 6-5 up against the 1-0 of Blow Your Brain, but he'll find some farm under the tower here. With that Nether Toxin, he'll be able to last hit fairly easily. Universe going to contest the pull along with BPD here, and will be just fine to take all the farm of Moscow5. He's going to pop the Warcry and back off intelligently enough. Luckily for him, no orb effect skilled up yet by Blow Your Brain on the Viper, so he'll be just fine. Rotations from Fear towards the mid lane. He's got a Clarity coming up, perhaps looking for Tratata to rotate towards the rune top, which she does have vision of. I actually probably saw him walk down this mid lane, or the river here, I should say. And Tratata gonna play very safe here. Fear, you know support. Go back to lane. Blow Your Brain gonna get perhaps aggressed on here by PPD with only a level 1 Frost Blast though, so it doesn't look like there's too much skill potential here, and is backed up by King R. King R only sitting on level 1, lowest in the game so far. Fear and Arteezy actually go on Tratata in the mid and dive pretty deep, but they'll get it. And that's first blood for Arteezy. Sorry for missing most of that, guys. But yeah, thought there might have been a go from PPD in the bot lane onto Blow Your Brain. So take a look at this offlane matchup for now. 13-3 for the Clockwork up against the 7-1 for Tipo Centaur. Of course, there has been the presence of Fear early on here to mitigate the capabilities of Tipo in this offlane. So he will pick up a couple of CS here and should be fine. Zai will drag the wave back, and PGG doing pretty well in the jungle. 20 last hits, top of the board as he should be at this point. His Soul Ring will come out now, and so he shouldn't be too worried about casting Eidolons and getting his farm up. We'll see if we see a rotation from EG at any point to shut him down. There is a solo smoke from Fear here, so we'll see what he looks to do with this, if he can find anyone. Blow Your Brain is not quite showing in lane yet. Yep, he is. It is daytime, so Blow Your Brain showing in lane. Looks like Fear is going to rotate around, and they'll find an easy kill on one of these two heroes. Stormbolt out first, as well as the Frost Blast Ignite, and then Fire Blast into Blow Your Brain. Telekinesis on Universe, but we'll just see a TP out from King R, and Blow Your Brain will get finished from one last swing of Sven's club there. So Arteezy going to pick up a double damage rune and bottle to full. He's got 500 gold as well as his boots and his bottle. Tratata still looking for boots on this Death Prophet here, so Battery Assault pop top lane for Zai, gonna put a little damage into Tipo, but with the return he's willing to turn around right into the clock and put some damage into him. 1-3-1 build from Tipo, pretty standard here. He's got his Tranquils up, ways away from his Blink Dagger, but should be alright. PGG checking the rune, not gonna find much here. Aggress on bottom lane. King R finished off with a Frost Blast and a Stormbolt. And even a right click from Fear actually going to be the thing to finish him off there. So aggressive try going very well, or aggressive dual lane with Fear rotating in, doing very well for EG. This jungler really has not paid off very much for Moscow5 so far. Perhaps PGG looks to rotate in. He does have his black hole up now, so is sitting at level 6, highest experience on the board, even above Arteezy. Universe looking for his level 6 here on the Sven. Very odd role switch up this game, with the 1 position going to Universe and Fear playing in the 4 position, Ogre Magi, as well as Zai on the Clockwork. So Clock going on Tipo top. He'll cog him back towards Fear. Fear has already used his Ice Fire Blast and Stampede away. Oh, nice hook by Zai. Right into the stampeding Tipo. Rocket Flare gonna finish him off, and even a Fire Blast ready for King R, but he'll get out in due time. And there is an invis here for Tratata, who will pick that up and perhaps look to rotate back into the top lane with King R here with an Exorcism. Does skill Exorcism at level 6, 3021. Very awkward build from Tratata. She'll actually pop the Exorcism, and they'll look to go into Fear here, but a Fire Blast actually is on the Rubik. So a little weird from Fear here, but rotations in from Zai. He'll put that Battery Assault into M5 Tratata, and a Frost Blast from PPD will finish off Rubik as well. Easy game for EG. 2 free kills in the top lane after the kill that they secured just earlier on Tipo's Centaur Warrunner. PGG though, with Blow Your Brain looking to push into this bot lane here, putting quite a bit of chip damage in with the Eidolons, and so
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Decent amount of damage done here. They're gonna put it into deny range though fairly soon. Yep, that last hit from the Eidolon does do so, and it looks like Universe can just deny this up now. Blow Your Brain standing here, perhaps looking for a last hit. He's got that Nether Toxin, and he'll put another hit in. Nice Stormbolt down from Universe. You're getting greedy. Plasma Field gonna finish off Blow Your Brain. Nice rotation in from RTZ. Was not scouted, being at nighttime. And Universe gonna go back and deny the tower, seeing the siege creep was coming in. Well played by him, knowing that perhaps they don't chase down the Enigma, and the gold influx not worth reducing here for Moscow5. Tipo though has a Stampede. There's a Telekinesis as well to go on PGG. He'll even use the Stamp and actually back off from PPD. TP's coming a little late, but wasted Stampede. There was no mana for a Hoof Stomp, and you gotta keep yourself in check with that Tipo. Hook out from Zai onto King R. Free kill once again. You can call this one. It's in the bag for EG. I feel like at this point, 1,000 gold up on Universe. We'll see if he goes for Mom or perhaps the more standard BKB. Blow Your Brain, absolutely poor. 800 gold, full Magic Wand, Wraith Band, and Boots. PGG, 1,460 gold. Maybe gets an 11 or 12 minute blink here, but don't feel like that'll be enough to take down this EG squad at the moment. Take a look at the net worth chart. Top 3 dominated by EG here. Of course, the rotating supports of EG are a little bit poor, but that's only because there is a jungling Enigma here for Moscow5. So Tratata still looking for her phase boots after no talisman bottle here. So really poor on this Death Prophet, and an underfarmed Death Prophet is really not very scary. Of course, you saw the ineffectiveness of that level 1 Exorcism there with only 2 in Witchcraft. So not sure it was the best call to skill that up, but it looks like they will find out. Arteezy with the 3-man rotation and the double edge to finish him off. Rotations in at the end from Fear, but not quite enough here. So will Universe look to go bot lane on Blow Your Brain? He's got God's Strength popped. Stormbolt Inc. with this bottle up. Yep, he'll throw that out, and there's TPs in from King R. So well played by them, but the rotations in. Universe is baiting here. Will Zai look to hook in? He does. He grabs Blow Your Brain. Nice telekinesis by King R to disjoint that. Rocket Flare, Stormbolt gonna finish off Blow Your Brain, and they have easy to dive this King R here. Frost Blast, Salve Pop from Universe, blocked in from Zai as well as Universe. Nice magic stick there to keep King R alive, but won't matter much, as Zai will even kill secure there, stop hitting the last hit. So that'll help him towards his Blade Mail. He's already got the Broadsword and the Robe of the Magi up. So with a singular Bracer here, a Rocket Flare gonna fly out towards the mid lane onto Tipo. Nice hit. Stampede gonna sound his retreat there. Well thought out there by Zai. But top lane being aggressed on, Exorcism is popped here for Tratata, and PGG has a small wave of Eidolons with him. Creep wave coming in soon. They're going to try and clean that up with a Crypt Swarm as well as Midnight Pulse, but as
Radiant's
you can
bottom
see,
tower
this
is under
exorcism
attack.
is pretty slow with only 2 levels up in the Witchcraft, and
Radiant
it's pretty
structures are
underwhelming at this
fortified.
point. But they will
Dire's
trade
top tower
mid for
is under
top. It
attack.
seems EG is content to do that, and both of them will have their glyphs
Dire's
refreshed.
top tower has
Taratata
fallen.
and Fear picking
Radiant's
up the
bottom
last
tower
hits
is under attack.
for M5 and EG respectively. So net worth still well in the favor. 3,000 in the favor of EG, about 2,500 experience lead for them as well. And actually Zai will find a solo kill onto the Death Prophet with that Blade Mail up. So first usage of that is really effective. He'll find the highest priority target pretty much. I mean, the Enigma is worth more, but you're not so much worried about him getting leveled. He does pick up the mech PGG for his team, so no Blink Dagger at 11-12 minutes. As I mentioned, he'll go right into the mech. And actually, Blink comes out for Universe on Sven, so lots of initiation here for them. If he blinks in with that Stormbolt and Frostblast,
Dire's
Fire
middle
Blast connects
tower is under
afterwards,
attack.
pretty much either of these supports are dead, and even someone as tanky as Centaur is going to be really low. With a few right clicks from each of those heroes will probably drop. So Blink is up on Tipo though, so not terrible timing coming out of that rough offlane 1v1 matchup, or 2v1 matchup early on with Zai and Fear up against Tipo. So he will run into Universe though here and jump Stormblast. Universe looking to dodge the Hoof Stomp. He will actually run right into it. Will there be a black hole here from PGG? No, just a Malefice so far on Universe. PPD and him split up very smartly. Telekinesis up by King R, but he'll get blocked in by his teammates Eidolons, and actually the Stampede will force Universe to back off here. He'll run around though and bottle up and look for another Stormbolt. Can he get it out on King R? Yes, and he hits both. King R gonna get cleaned up by Lich. Black hole on 3 from PGG, but there's not enough follow up here, and he'll waste his first black hole. Well, not waste it, he actually does save his life. Arteezy rotating in though. Plasma Field, Fire Blast gonna finish him off. Rocket Flare jumping from Universe, right click, gonna finish off PGG as well. Hook in from Zai onto Blow Your Brain. Just call it, boys. This is GG. And Chain Frost even committed there. That's pretty much a full team wipe. Tratata rotating towards the right side. Does finally have her phase boots up on this DP, but is actually gonna clean up PPD with a Grip Swarm and TP out in the tree line. So damn, that is cold. Rough life for PPD there. It does fall despite having the Tranquil Boots. Probably didn't quite start activating
Radiant's
yet.
top
So
tower is under attack.
Tratata will find a return kill, but 4 for 1 in the bot lane going the way of EG. We'll take a look at the graphs and they'll tell the story. Well in excess of 5,000 gold lead, about 7k, 6,500 at this point, and around the same in terms of experience, both for EG. So take a look at the KDAs, of course, and no one with a positive KDA on the side of Moscow5. Just even is Tipo on the Centaur. Zai making quite a few plays on this Clockwork. Hasn't missed a hook yet, so when he hits them, he is pretty knowledgeable about his whereabouts. So Tipo gonna look to find a solo kill here, but he'll jump right into Zai and he'll get baited. And God Strength pop by Universe, few right clicks, Frostbolt, hook into PGG here by Zai, and nice blink into the cogs by Universe, and they'll finish off 2 for free. That's a mega kill streak for Universe on the Sven. Will they look to go in mid off the back of that? They probably shouldn't, and Tratata will think better of it and back up towards the high ground. So there is some nice vision here from Moscow5, but it's pretty much overlapped, and they have a lot of defensive vision in their jungle here. So they know Arteezy is alone and will look to rotate bottom and take him out. There is no smoke here, but they haven't seen
Radiant's
them rotate in. And
under
actually the 1 and 2 of Moscow5 will farm up a Mud Golem camp together. How cute. And King R even going to join them as well. So some team bonding from Moscow5 here in the jungle. And wow, King R is poor, sitting on brown boots and magic stick. He's not even a full wizard yet. Magic wand, still a ways away for this Rubik after picking up those wards. PGG has had a lot of farm, is at 4,200 net worth, but hasn't done a damn thing with it. So unfortunately, the Enigma pick for Moscow5 not working out particularly well here. Smoke picked up by Fear for EG. We'll see if they look to find Roche and then a push or if just to find a pick off. They do have the blink initiation from Universe. Will he look to go in on PGG mid? Yep, he pops God Strength, blink in, Stormbolt, and unless the black hole is committed here, which is not even up, mech up though from PGG, and he'll be able to back off. Universe not too willing to go this deep. Is there a hook here from Zai? No, that's a rocket flare from the bot lane. So Ags again picked up by Arteezy, sub 20 minutes. It's 1560 this game. I believe it came out even a slight bit earlier last game for him. He does have the one death to his name. But he will finish off the tier 1 in the bot lane. Hook in mid lane from Zai. Frost Blast as well, the battery assault. Telekinesis, but Stormbolt onto King R. Rocket Flare not going to be enough to kill Blow Your Brain. PGG comes in with the Midnight Pulse, going to clear out the trees, but he'll get cogged in by Zai. Chain Frost even committed by PPD to clean him up. 2-for-0 in the mid lane, and they lose a tower bot to Arteezy and Fear, who immediately smoke and rotate into the mid lane. So we'll look to see if they push off this with the Enigma down, or perhaps to go take out Tipo in the top lane. However, he does have Blink and TP. Fear in Universe, Gank Squad. Fear did see the smoke pop here, so blink forward from Universe, but already Tipo blinking out, seeing Universe walk up the hill via this ward here. So good game sense from Tipo, knowing that he's probably not alone, and even if he is, that he probably cannot solo kill him, so not worth hanging around for the Centaur War Runner there. So Blow Your Brain trying to find some semblance of farming here. He's got treads and point booster. 17 minutes in, he's terrible. Terribly underfarmed, I should say. Not a terrible player, but just sitting above PPD's Lich here, who has Tranquil's, Wards, Urn, and a full magic wand. So laughing at King R's magic stick is PPD's Lich at this point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Jump in, Hoof Stomp stop casted by Tipo here. Arteezy gonna actually back out towards the mid lane. Hook in from Zai. He's gonna find Tratata here. Midnight Pulse as well committed on him, but with the Blade Mail, gonna clean up Tratata real quick. And that's pretty much all the team fight that there is to be had for Moscow5 here. So unfortunate for them. Take a look at the graphs once again. 10,000 gold net worth lead, 12,000 experience lead for EG. And we'll take a look at Fear's items. Haven't seen that in a while. He is seeming to go for the Aghanims with that point booster up, but still 2,100 gold away, 2,070 gold to be exact. Is Fear. He will find Blow Your Brain here, though, well within Fire Blast range. No multicast, no RNG there. Actually gets a multicast on the Ignite. A static link from Arteezy, but a Stampede will help Blow Your Brain get away, and the Plasma Field will just tickle him as he was just out of range. Will there be a go top lane? Doesn't seem as so. Tipo actually rotating in to flank Arteezy here. Blink forward, Stomp does hit just on the edge, and he's way too slow from the unstable current. Poor Tipo here is not able to clean up Arteezy. Fadebolt in the backlines from King R will clean him up, and he'll even steal Fire Blast will King R here. So he'll drop that on PPD, telekinesis him up, overlapping his CCs there a bit. Probably should have stunned PPD and lifted Fear there, but Blow Your Brain will look to chase down PPD. He's got both Frost Blast and Chain Frost, and there's a Fire Blast from Ogre Magi, but just too tanky is the Viper. And it looks like PGG as well as the Death Prophet went down. That's not on the fight recap, but looks like they both went down in the top lane to Universe and Zai, and they will push into this tower here. So wins all over the map pretty much. Arteezy did go down while Tipo was still up there, so he does gain a bit of experience and gold from that. King R, of course, gaining some gold, but he does finally finish off his magic wand, and you're a wizard, Harry. So congratulations, King R. You made it through. But yep, first off, not quite there. Still about 1,200 gold away for Tipo Centaur War Runner. Blow Your Brains eons away from his Aghanims, unless it's coming out on the courier. No, just an Ogre Club. Still 2k away from his Aghanims, 20 minutes in. So this is just a matter of formality at this point, guys. EG well within their grasp is the win here. Pretty ugly Sven for Universe here. Will he blink forward mid? No, he'll wait for the Rocket Flare to scout things out. to know if he's safe. He actually pops Grodd Strength a little bit too preemptively, and without a BKB and a Mask of Madness on him, he's pretty much a glass cannon at this point. Will Zai find someone walking up the hill? Nope, but they will find the Enigma here. A nice cog to separate up the team, as well as the Exorcism, though. It's going to clean up Universe here, and the Chain Frost going to do some work on those in the cause. Blow Your Brain going to go down, but the rest of the Chain Frost just going to hit up on creeps. Tratata going to look to chase down Zai here. All the meanwhile, Arteezy pushing the bot lane. Blade Mail popped, but Stormbolt stolen from King R will secure Zai's death. And Arteezy going to have an okay time here bot lane. No TPs from Death Prophet. King R just used the top lane, so he should be just fine, especially with Fear rotating in. But 3,000 XP going the way of King R. And Tratata's Death Prophet from those kills in the top lane. However, does seem like a little too late. There is a Midas on Arteezy as well as this Aghanims, and he will clean up that tower as well. Of course, getting the last hit from Island Storm, and he's got 1,400 gold on him. So we'll see the look if he goes into a BKB or perhaps something like an Assault Cuirass or a Shiva's once again for the armor to help against this Death Prophet. So EG will convene in the bot lane. There is 1,800 gold. Actually, just 800 gold to Fears. Aghanims here. Force Staff is out for Zai, or for PPD I should say, as well as the Urn of Shadows and his Tranquils and his Magic Wand. An interesting pickup here from Zai, Bloodstone out on the Clockwork. So a little bit of a cool pickup there, able to suicide if need be. He'll hook in top and find Tipo with his Blade Mail popped. Tipo not looking to do much. Blink in. Kill secured by Universe with the Stormbolt there. So I'll even pop his Mask of Madness for good measure, and just everything going well for lots of experience. 1,300 going the way of together Universe and Zai. Arteezy actually will get cleaned up mid lane, so they commit the Viper Strike there. They're able to slow him down, and PvP just couldn't do much. Ogre Club coming back towards Fear here. Is that an Aghanims for Fear? It is not quite yet. 500 gold till the Aghanims for Fear. Jump in though from Universe. Blink onto PGG, and one more right click with the Mask of Madness will be able to clean him up. Black Hole once again removed from the fight. A Zai forward, Fire Blast onto Blow Your Brain, and they're just going to chase him down and wait for Universe to get the last hit. So double kill for Universe. Nice hook once again by Zai to make sure he doesn't actually die to neutrals. And yeah, Zai committed suicide there. A little bit of Sudoku being played by Zai. Not sure exactly why, but he still has 8 charges on his Bloodstone. Aghanims is now up for Fear's Ogre Magi. Hero 2 strong, guys. So Plasma Field level 4 was stolen by King R. That's a little bright spot for him. He finally has a Force Staff, so not completely dirt poor, but sorry about that. The phone rang there, guys. PGG is dirt poor coming out of the jungle here, and that is really what crippled their laning stage, is having to have the liability of a jungler on their team, and it certainly has not worked out for them. Hook is now up again for Zai. It is level 3 on this level 16 Clockwork. Will there be an initiation mid? No, just like PPD was baiting. He'll actually get telekinesis. Jump in, Plasma Field, and a few right clicks out from Blow Your Brain. Viper Strike out onto Fear here. Universe going to come in though with the Stormbolt. He'll look to go on PGG once again, and 2 hits from his club will clean him up. Hook in from Zai. He'll clean up both Tratata and Blow Your Brain. Tratata gets forced out but will be finished off. Blow Your Brain going to be Plasma Fielded up. Frost Blast, Static Link. He'll be dead as well. And Universe actually does die on the backside as well as Fear. But was there a Black Hole committed? Not yet. So PGG still has this up. Perhaps he looks to Black Hole Arteezy, but not much follow-up here. Eye of the Storm still down for 20 seconds, so they won't be able to push with that quite yet, but they do have a big wave here and a 3-2 hero advantage for EG. So they will find probably this tier 2 relatively easily and then back out. Midnight Pulse from PGG going to drag the creeps back, but there still is a siege creep, so no backdoor regeneration. Hook in towards Tipo from Zai on the side, and Tipo will be able to get away with his blink as well. if he so pleases, and he will do so, blinking to the north. But they're still chasing him down. PPD and Zai are, and there is a stampede actually committed here. Will Zai be able to find him? Blink out. Stomp actually is onto PPD from Tipo, getting a little greedy here. Chain Frost and one last right click from Zai. Nice play by PPD, accepting his death, his fate, and putting that Chain Frost in. Fear gonna rotate out onto Blow Your Brain. Fire Blast. Static Link from RTZ is gonna get popped. PGG coming in with the black hole, and that'll back them off here. Zai gonna cog them away and zone them out. Nice play by him. Viper Strike is out onto Fear again, jumping from the back lines, and a double multicast, as well as the hook onto Blow Your Brain. Universe doing work there, and they'll find 3 for 1 in the top lane, as well as they're chasing down Tratata, but she's really quick on this Death Prophet, and Universe as well as Zai will look to find King R in the top lane. Actually, Zai kind of helping him out with that cog there. He'll force to the cliff over the ridge here, and he'll TP out. So not the biggest target there, so no worries. But Daedalus is up here for Universe, so he's looking really, really strong, especially with that God Strength up. Still could really use that BKB, but with the blink, his positioning's been good enough such that he's been able to stay out of trouble for the most part. Fear raging here. Tratata disconnect? No, Rubik actually. King R disconnecting from the game. And looks like Fear's in a bit of trouble here. Silenced up bot lane. Will Tratata look to pop Exorcism? Probably not. He's got 1100 health here. So it is a level 2 Exorcism with 4 levels on Witchcraft, but not sure if she knows that he's alone, and I'm guessing she would assume he is not. She does see Arteezy in the mid lane, though, as well as Zai in the top lane. So, barring Universe being there, we may see a Tratata go on this. And when you're down this much, you got to make risky plays. It's one thing to throw your advantage as a very farm Death Prophet, but down 37 to 13, as well as 15,000 net worth and experience, we might see Tratata go for this here. Yep, she will poke the Exorcism. Nice TP out from Fear. Crypt Swarm is not there, and it looks like all the spirits getting a little overzealous, looking to find Fear there. But I gotta agree with the play from Tratata. I mean, you're down this much, you try for that kill. You did have, of course, a TP. Stampede top lane from Tipo, as well as TP's in. Nice cog from Zai. He'll try to force through those trees, but the cogs will stop him once again, and that'll pretty much sap most of his mana, and therefore Tipo will back off onto Zai here. King R looking like free easy pickings mid lane. Will Universe notice that DP is here as those rotate back? He probably does, but is not willing to jump blindly onto that side of the trees with this kind of advantage, especially not having a BKB. So 13 charges on this Bloodstone. Ag's going to be built into by Zai here. He's going to get Bloodlusted up, and he can hook into King R here if he so pleases. He will blink, and oh wow, nice disjoint by the Telekinesis, and the Stormbolt going to hit on 2 actually, but nonetheless hook in from Zai, and easy kill, easy life for him with the Bloodlust up.
Polish my armor in your
So,
blood.
a nice play by King R to save himself momentarily, but they will look to find PGG here, who does have a TP up now, and Blow Your Brain will TP out. We'll see if PGG does the same. Looks like he will. Rocket Flare gonna fly out, not gonna scout him in time, and they'll both get out safely and cause EG to roam back as opposed to push down their lane. So nice little cheeky play by those two, but seems that it will only delay the inevitable here in Dota Pit Season 2 Group A group stage matches. Tipo going to run into Fear and PPD here, but he'll blink out. Very nice reaction time from him. High Ground War going to go up from PPD. Viper Strike going to be committed from Blow Your Brain, but they go in mid lane on PGG, and once again PGG's Enigma going down. Missed hook from Zai. That's the first one all game. And Viper Strike going to go out onto Universe here, slow him down and cover Blow Your Brain's retreat. Jump up from Zai. Cog actually misses. Does keep back King R though, and he is going on Blow Your Brain. But jump in from Tipo. Hoof Stomp. Not going to be enough. Zai way too tanky here. Death Prophet cleanup on the backside. Multicast. Chain Frost. out onto Tipo. He'll force to the high ground. Nice cog from Zai. Will keep him from going home. And the refined Fire Blast from Fear will finish him off. Ding, 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 ding. Says the Ogre Magi, I just won a jackpot on your ass, and you did. So we'll check out the fight recap there. It does seem that we saw Tratata go down in the background as well. Did not pop up Exorcism, but did fall 3 unrefined Fire Blasts here, and Fire Blast only used once. So really good stuff here. A little tread swapping going on from Blow Your Brain. 6 tread swaps there. Skillful stuff, but to no avail. They will probably lose. Telekinesis up to the high ground from Zai. He'll cog everyone in here. He'll get Viper Struck and actually hook out towards RTZ, and he'll be just fine. So Eidolon's looking to block that hook, but weren't quite at the right angle with the wall being here. Nice play by Zai to recover and save himself there. Viper Strike out onto RTZ. Black Hole onto 2. Refresher pop by RTZ here, though. Nice Storm Bolt by Universe. Blink in and cancel. PGG goes down. And does RTZ have the refresher? Was it him that popped it? Perhaps it was PGG. No. Someone popped the refresher there. A little weird looking. Either way. Looks like we have an engage here. Jump, hoof stomp. And they're going to clean up Universe with a double edge as well as Fear with a few right clicks. Will he be able to bring down King R? No, he won't. Exorcism coming through to do work there for Tratata, and they will stave off the push mid. So they will keep their Raxes for now, albeit very bloodied. And actually huge experience swing going. There were 7,404, 1861 for everyone but PGG there, who has really had an underwhelming game on this Enigma, unfortunately for him. But 3,500 gold swing. Zai goes in bottom, however. Get this shit out of my face. Onto Tratata, and Exorcism gonna go down just now. It'll heal up Tratata, and she's probably way too fast. There is a blink here from Zai, and he won't be able to blink forward. He does find her in the trees, though, and is able to no TP cancel with the silence. Nice play by Tratata to get out and not feed away her life. So little bit of the makings of a comeback in terms of that fight mid, but probably just an overextension from EG. And I'm sure they'll probably rotate back to Roshan and look to take this shortly, or perhaps just look to push blindly into the opponent's base. Looks like a refresher was on RTZ. So he has Ag's Refresher, 1,000 gold Midas, and the Hyperstone. 31 minutes in, 16,000 net worth, 31 minutes. That's pretty damn good. Probably around 500 GPM, 572 for RTZ. So he's going to look to build into an AC. Definitely very good for his team, very good for Universe, as well as good defensively up against the Exorcism of Tratata's Nature's Prophet, or Death Prophet, I should say. Half 500 gold, half 1,000 for Zai's an Aghanim Scepter. We do have top lane engagement here from RTZ onto King R. He won't be able to clean him up in time, but PGG does die to PPD and Fear on the backlines. In the meantime, with the Enigma down, as well as the Death Prophet, Universe and Zai going to clean up this Rax here, so it seems. Yep, Universe and Zai able to pick off Tratata as the top engagement did go on. So EG splitting up Moscow5 here, and jump in blink from Zai. Nice force out from King R, but he'll hook right to him with that new Aghanims. And does he have a Rocket Flare? He doesn't. Nice Ghost Scepter by King R. And they will finish the tier 3 in this bot lane, but no Raxes accomplished yet. Fear gonna rotate in. Zai and PPD and Fear gonna look to take out this bot lane. Divine Rapier purchase here from Universe on the Sven. When you're this far ahead and you don't have a BKB and you have a Mask of Madness, a little bit scary here, but we may see some big numbers from Universe. Rax finally secured in the bot lane. First lane for EG is taken down. We do have RTZ split pushing top. They're going to jump in on him with a Stampede, Hoof Stomp, Blade Mail popped. Nice combination from Tipo. That Blade Mail doing a lot of work versus the Eye of the Storm. Hook in, Universe with a couple cleaves, and he's going to take out Enigma with ease. Even has the Eye of Storm pop from King R. Universe going to back off safely. He doesn't want to feed this Rapier away. Chain Frost going to do work in the base. It's going to clean up. Jump in from Universe with this Rapier. Will he die? No, he won't. Triple kill for Universe. Oh, he jumps in double edge. A Rapier was picked up, though, however, by... Fear did pick it up. A little scary for them. Hook down. GG called by Blow Your Brain. So Universe does die and lose the rapier. And Old Man Fear going to finish with that Ogre Magi with the rapier in his inventory. So congrats to those of you who won a prize for seeing that rapier pickup. Thanks again for joining me, guys. This is Dota Pit Season 2, Series 2 of the day with Evil Geniuses. There's Moscow5 and the American squad, North American squad, I should say, will finish off. Moscow5 2-0 here, playing well in both games. Thanks once again for joining me, guys. I'm Maurice Blazer, a resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and this has been another day of coverage of the Dota Pit Season 2. Grab up the ticket, guys. It is $1 on the store with the bundle. You get that beautiful Blackpool Witch set. Of course, I have bought the ticket. I'm casting from it. And I just want to say a last thank you to once again to the organizers of the tournament, as well as our sponsors here, Sapphire, AMD, Tesoro, Sennheiser, and of course Twitch. Thanks again for joining me, guys. Unfortunately, did not hit the follower goal for today, but if we do, I will certainly have some giveaways to come, guys. So thanks again for joining me. I'm Maurice Blazer, a resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. Big day in Star Ladder, Season 10, EURU, Europe and Russia qualifiers tomorrow. Join me at 11 a.m. Eastern time, guys, as well as some more Dota Pit action, I believe 2 days from now, if not tomorrow. Let me just check the schedule here for you guys. DotaPit.com, by the way, for everything Dota Pit. And actually, no, we won't have Dota Pit matches for a little while from now, guys. So thanks for joining me once again. Next match is Tinker versus Fnatic on the 18th. So gonna have some Star Ladder matches, some Summit coming up if I can get cleared to cast that. But for now, certainly the rest of Star Ladder here. A really big day tomorrow. As I said, guys, there can be a four-way tie for 3rd and 4th place between VP, Alliance, Na'Vi, and Cloud9. So check that out for sure. 11 a.m. we begin tomorrow. First match of the day is, let me just double check here. Should be Alliance versus 4 Anchors, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll check. It is, Alliance versus NVMI. Alliance versus Virtus Pro Polar, formerly known as NVMI. So we'll see if Alliance secures top 4 right at the beginning of the day. If they do win, they secure top 4 for sure, because Virtus Pro and Cloud9 are sitting at 9 and 6, and Alliance is at 9 and 5. So they will improve to 10 and 5, and the best Na'Vi can do is 11 and 4. So Virtus Pro and C9 already finishing out at 9 and 6. So we'll see Alliance decide their fate in the morning, whether they will secure it themselves or NVMI will play the spoilers and beat them, and they will have to wait on the results of Na'Vi. But either way, Alliance definitely has a chance to make it through, because even if Na'Vi wins, there's still a 3-way tie at 9 and 6 for 4th place between VP, C9, and Alliance. So Alliance doesn't have to win, but if they want to secure a spot in the top 4, all they have to do is beat NVMI tomorrow. So their fate lies in their hands. And thanks again for joining me for the Dota Pit Season 2, guys. I'm Maurice Blazer, a resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and I will be back with you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Love y'all. This is More Rage Please.